All right, greetings everybody. Welcome to the Media Files. So this update it's Star Wars week. It's the shirt. I've been meaning to upload stuff, Star Wars related all week, but I've just been too depressed. So, anyways, so with that, we've got some cool stuff to show off. Got some sci-fi Blu-rays, a sci-fi movie. Excuse me. Ugh. Let's just do that again. All right, greetings everybody. Yeah, welcome to Star Wars week. Well, it's now the end of Star Wars week by the time I'm filming this. I just got too busy this week and just lost track of time and haven't really uploaded anything as of late. So anyways, I managed to get a few things sci-fi related and also Star Wars related. So with that, let's see what we got right here in the Media Files. Star Wars and sci-fi update. Right here. Okay, welcome back. So, the first things here, we got ourselves a couple of good old classic sci-fi films from the 60s, I believe. Let's see here. When did the other one come out? 60s and 70s. So, first movie we got here, we have a classic movie, which, well, what can I say? To quote one of my favorite TV shows of all time, to quote Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, not the Morlocks, right? We've got The Time Machine. Yeah, the original movie on Blu-ray. Yeah, how cool is that? Got some pretty neat stuff here. This is absolutely classic movie. We have a behind-the-scenes documentary, Time Machine, The Journey Back, hosted by Rod Taylor, and featuring Alan Young and Wint Missile, as well as a theatrical trailer. So yeah, there we go. The Time Machine. There we go. All right, so then up next, we got here another movie here. Now, mind you, of course, The Time Machine was written by H.G. Wells. This story was also written by H.G. Wells, but this movie didn't come out until 1979. This is actually from Blue Underground. We've got The Shape of Things to Come. Yeah, so look at that, an H.G. Wells double bill right there. Loaded with great stuff. Some pretty decent documentaries. All I know is that it stars Jack Palance. That's about the only actor that I know of. Carl Grissom from Batman. Whatever his character's name is from City Slickers, which I've never seen, but I know he's in it. But big name actor though. Anyways, so we've got some pretty cool bonus material here. A few things. We've got Jason's Journey, an interview with star Nicholas Campbell. Symphonies in Space, an interview with composer Paul Hoffert. A Fringe trailer, a TV spot, poster and still gallery, and a press book gallery. So yeah, there we go. Not bad at all for a double bill right there. So let's fast forward several years. Yeah. For this sci-fi movie, we're going into the post-apocalyptic genre. Yeah. Now, I've had the DVD forever. My DVD doesn't work anymore. The funny thing is that DVD never has worked since I had it, since I owned it. Apparently, it must have been a defective disc for so many years ago, and I never knew it. Now, I'm glad to finally own this movie in high definition. Now, I can finally see it to its fullest high def, maximum potential. We've got here, this is CG dragons way before Game of Thrones was even a thing. Yeah. We've got here Matthew McConaughey and Christian Bale in Reign of Fire. Yeah. I can't wait to sit down and watch this again. From what I remember, the CGI dragons in this movie were freaking amazing. I mean, it just looks... I know it didn't do very well, but come on. This is almost something that's so original. It's awesome. Got some bonus material as well. It's got Breathing Life into the Terror, Below the Line, If You Can't Stand the Heat, and conversations with director Rob Bowman. So yeah, of course, he's known for doing really great TV, including X-Files and whatnot. Then we have a new Scream Factory to add to the collection. Funny thing is, I've never seen this. I know it's a Star Wars ripoff. That I definitely know of because it's a Roger Corman produced movie. But we've got here the Steelbook. Yeah, this was a steal, by the way, of Battle Beyond the Stars. Yeah, how cool is that? The only other, I think, Steelbook that I have from Scream Factory is, what is it? Escape from New York, and that actually came with the 4K, and I had no idea that was the 4K. So there you go. And then the last movie we have here is a reacquisition just because the case itself was so beat up and damaged that I was like, well, I know it's not everybody's best, but I mean, there's some original ideas in there. But if you look at the inspiration for some of the films that inspired this movie, it can be kind of interesting, a different look. You can definitely have a different look at it. But like I said, I'm sure the diehard purists will probably go absolutely stir crazy for me thinking that I actually enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed parts of it, but some of it, no. But in my opinion, it's just a movie that I'll have on for background noise. Really, to be honest with you. We've got the DVD release of The Last Jedi, Episode 8. Yeah. That's it. But that's the only Star Wars DVD thing that I found because, like I said, my case was all destroyed and whatnot. And so I've got all the movies on DVD anyway. So, all right. And then finally, the last thing we got here. Thank you so much, Amazon. But you're probably wondering why I'm doing that with my face. Well, I'll show you in a minute. So, Amazon had this game on sale for $20. Not bad at all. I've been looking forward to this ever since it was since I found out I was going to get a remaster. Definitely a classic game, especially if you were a fan of this type of genre, type of game. And on top of that, you grew up playing this game in the 90s. Well, here it is, 35 years later, something like that. 30 years? Yeah, 30 years later. We've got here the remaster of Star Wars Dark Forces. And you're wondering why I made that face when I made that? Well, take a look at my case. Yeah. It arrived like that. Thankfully, I have a game on the PS5 that I really don't care about. So, I'll just swap cases and get rid of that game anyways. Because it's not fun at all and I don't really like it. So, I'd like my cases not destroyed, Amazon. But speaking of also of Dark Forces, a little special bonus to show off here. We've actually got, right here, this bad boy. What is this, you're saying? Well, this right here, this is the original Dark Forces on PC and Mac. Yeah. We're talking 35-year difference here. Yeah, how cool is this? I mean, the funny thing is, I found this at one of those, consignment store, thrift store places, right? For, $4. Still had the original box. And the funny thing is that everything is here. I mean, this is, memories, folks. I mean, this really is. So, you've got, your game here, which is awesome. And, yeah, cool. Yeah, 1994. Look at this. This is awesome. And the disc itself is in pristine shape. I mean, not a scratch on her whatsoever. No disc rot, no nothing, which is so cool. And then, of course, we have our, reference card, or CD-ROM reference card. So then we have, that also came with it, we've got here the manual coded transmissions, the novel, or not really novel, but the manual, basically. But yeah, literally, I mean, this takes you back to a time when you actually had to have, a joystick, hooked up to your computer, or even, like a mouse even, because, this game is freaking awesome. It really is. I mean, what can I say? This was awesome. We got introduced to Kyle Katarn. in the realm of Star Wars, and there we go. Then we have here a catalog for the Lucasfilm store, which is now no longer around. Well, it is, but the company store is no longer around. But it's sad. Watch, no, LucasArts actually isn't no longer around. But I mean, we've got other great titles here in the back. We've got including Jedi Knight, Dark Forces 2, Shadows of the Empire, X-Wing versus Starfighter, Star Wars Rebellion. For the PlayStation, we have Star Wars Masters of the Terrakazi, Curse of Monkey Island, Outlaws, Herc's Adventures. We also have Lucasfilm Archives Volume 3, which includes, Dark Forces, The Dig, Full Throttle, Afterlife, Monkey Island 1 and 2, and LucasArts Super Sampler. Wow, this brings you back to a time when, when PC games were on the rage. I mean, just look at this. We don't see this stuff anymore. We really don't. We really, really don't. And then to cap it all off here, let's see here. We've got how to contact Lucasfilm card. So there we go. But yeah, I mean, that's literally, I can't believe that I found this whole thing and everything was still in there. These big box PC games. I mean, these were, this probably back in the day was roughly about $40. And I mean, you're lucky enough to even find the original box and, the way it is and stuff. So yeah, how cool is that? So not bad at all. For something that I have not played in so long here. Hang on a second. We're about to drop. There we go. We'll just set you down here. There we go. Okay, folks. Well, that does it for me for now. Hope you enjoyed that special little bonus. A look at the original Dark Forces game. I'm actually going to go upstairs. I'm not going to load this puppy in and swap out my case. And I'm going to enjoy me some awesome nostalgia. So, may the Force be with you. I'll see you guys later. Click, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Otherwise, I may have to go Star Trek on you.